the host of Boya Things After Dark, right here every Tuesday, 8 to 11. We have an exclusive interview with Amari. The number one trending topic right now in Jamaica for the past couple of weeks. Amari, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
How are you doing?
I'm great.
I actually wanted you to be here in studio today, actually.
I know,
yes.
and I will be one of these days. It's just that I took sick last night, so
Yes.
I'm not able to make it today, but I would love to be there.
All right, well, I hope that you're actually feeling better, as time progressed.
Yeah, I'm feeling much better.
Okay, good. All right, are you ready for the interview? Because I have a lot of things that I actually want to ask you today. The people have been sending in some questions, and I want to get into a lot of things with you today.
Oh, most definitely.
Yes, definitely. All right, so just to jumpstart the interview, I know that you are actually a DJ for a prominent US-based radio station. What gave you the epiphany to start DJing? What you said, yo, listen, this is it. I'm going to start DJ.
Well, my father, how do I say it? My father's wife was related to a DJ.
Yes.
So I went by his house because his sons told me that he was also a producer, and I was reading a magazine, and he told me to repeat it, to read it again.
Yes.
And then when I read it again aloud, he said that I want you to be my newscaster. And that happened about 7 p.m. And by 12 p.m., I was in the radio station with engineers working for me, reading the news, headphones on and everything.
Yes.
So I read the news so sexy that everybody said they liked my radio voice.
Yes.
Because on the mic I sounded different. And then he trained me in the music industry, gave me my own show, and I just moved up in the radio industry as Dub Wonder.
Okay.
So I was in the radio industry for about 20 years.
Wow, that's a lot of years. How many stations have you broadcast on?
I've worked on WNWK with Clinton Lindsley, who was the Tamika Awards, Clive Hudson, Gil Bailey, who recently died, David Levy, Jem Myers, all the pioneers, because back then there was a fight against reggae music. So we were the ambassadors for reggae music. Also worked on WNGR in New Jersey and WAXY in Florida, and also all the underground radio stations in Florida.
Okay, and then you decided that you were going to become an artist or a dancehall DJ. When exactly?
No, I was always a singer because I recorded my first song at age 14 in Jamaica, and my second song at age 17. So my music started way back. But when I got into the radio industry, it sort of felt like a conflict of interest being a DJ and an artist.
Yes.
So I left my dreams behind and was working behind the scene, and then it's like years passed by, and then I finally realized that I had everything backwards. I was going to Full Sail University to do videographing, video to become a videographer.
Yes.
And I was in the school and I said, no, I don't belong behind the camera, I belong in front of the camera, so I started to realize that I'd been tricked by the devil. I was in the background when I needed to be in the front. So a couple of years ago, I started to write a lot of songs again when I was going through hardship.
Right.
So from the journey of behind the scene to where you are presently, how do you compare yourself then and now?
Behind the scenes, everything that I learned behind the scenes, believe it or not, prepared me for now. Because now when DJs want me to do promos and commercials and dub plates, I've been there, done that, and I don't have any fear, and I feel comfortable with DJs because I feel like they're my family.
Yes.
So it all comes together. You have to be like behind the scene you have to serve before, in order to be served, you have to first serve.
Okay, okay. Point taken. And now, you've gotten a smash hit, as you would say, that is the #1 song in Jamaica. Everybody has sing Nico. How do you feel about the successes that, has come since you have recorded that song?
It's amazing because I do believe that I've written far more greater songs than Nico, but Nico is best able to relate to others truthfully, because there are so many people that have destroyed other people's lives, and they have moved on, and they haven't thought about what they have done, and this gives them time to think about what they have done, and it gives others time to think about what others have done to them. It's so therapeutic. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Okay. Personally, as I said to you before, I do come on your page and I do listen and watch your videos and stuff like that. So personally, I kind of know a lot of behind the scenes things that takes place. But before we get into that though, your fashion, where do you get your clothes from here? Because you have a whole heap of wig, your boots them, your clothes them, your things them, your lipstick, all these things. Come and look at through the camera. And, yeah.
Well, God work in mysterious ways, because while I was in the shelter, I shopped online non-stop for like 2 years. Buy boots, shoes, wigs. I didn't know what I was preparing for, but I know that I was darn bored. And to me, I always knew that when you're down, there's something to see that you don't normally see. So I say, I'm going to use this time wisely. I'm in the shelter. I'm not allowed to leave. I'm not allowed to travel. I feel like a prisoner, but I know that I can turn that around for something good. So I wrote songs and shopped and worked on my body and prepare myself for surgery. And while in shelter, I did my weight loss surgery. People were like, we have never seen this before. A girl being in shelter and go for weight loss surgery. So I used the downtime knowing that eventually, that I always knew that I would be quote unquote famous. But I knew I had to make use of the downtime.
Yes.
Instead of crying and blaming God and blaming people, I made use of it.
All right. So, in relations to fashion as well, your white boots and the red boots, you brought those from America or you got them here in Jamaica?
No, I could never find those in Jamaica. You see, my things is I take like up to 2 years searching for things online. So my boots, I search non-stop, and I actually have more them in more colors.
You look for one shoes for how much a year? For how long?
I'll take a year or two to search for the clothes that I like.
Wow.
Yeah, because they have to feel like me. The material has to be right. I have to get the money to buy it, and things weren't always up, and I would save the money and then I would purchase it. That would be my days to celebrate. Yes, I finally afford it, so that's what I did. I spent a lot of time choosing online, and in the shelter, Amazon dropped off the most packages for me until they hated me, because they were like, what is this girl doing in the shelter? And she's doing all this shopping.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I always thought to myself, I have to take advantage of this situation, because right now I'm not paying rent. The rats are bothering me. The roaches, everything are coming at me. But this is a sacrifice. I have to use this time to use the money that I have to shop, you know what I mean? And to prepare myself for the day when I get out of the shelter.
Okay, and so do you feel that you're a fashionista? Because I do hear.
I know.
Oh, okay.
You asked me a question that no one asked me. That means so much to me. The thing that happened to me for the past 10, 16 years, when I go to my bed at night, I dream many different styles over and over again, but it's like some Chinese ancestors dream me and they show me the different styles. So I knew it was somewhere in my future. Sometime I got tired of getting the dreams and I tried to remember the designs and everything. And I already prepared the way, got in touch with China, got in touch with people who make merchandise and everything. So I already prepare myself because it's constant dreams.
Right.
You know when you are born to do something.
Yeah.
Like just now, I was telling my boyfriend Colin, I said, listen, Amari's not gonna wear no one color Q-Tex. One and gonna have on black, one and gonna have on pink. Wow. And then I say, hey, I'm going to step out with 2 different foot of shoes, the red boot, the white boot. So I have a style of my own. But a couple weeks ago, I got the dream where everybody was dressed like me, looked like me. They were wearing the different wigs. They were wearing the low hairstyle and everything. And within 2 days, it was all over the internet. The Amari trend with the triangle and everything.
Quick question: do you believe that with you now trending in terms of your fashion, do you think that influenced how they now appear in terms of the color wig and the attire?
Yeah, I have a strong influence now, and I was even thinking today that I'm not gonna have the type of fashion where you have to like go out of the way to look like Amari. For example, you don't have to go to a manicurist to get your nails done because Amari style is short nails. Wow. So you just gonna file your own nails, put on your nail polish, you're done. You know what I mean?
Simple.
If you can't find 1 foot of your socks and you wear 2 different socks, you're an Amari fashion. You know, you're a part of me. You know, and of course, it's influencing the whole world right now.
Okay.
Jamaica everywhere. And people talking about you're in Jamaica, don't wear boots. No, we're gonna wear boots because that's when you're gonna be noticed because nobody else is wearing boots. You know, I wear my raincoat during sunshine, but the thing is, the material is very important. When somebody may be very hot, having on little clothes, I have on a lot of clothes, but I am cool because the material is quality.
Okay.
Right,
you know?
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So Amari, all right. So you were in the shelter, and where did all this money come from for you to buy all these stuff from Amazon? Because I would assume that being in the shelter would mean that, you know, financially you weren't all the way there. So where the money them come from? You buy these clothes and everybody are envy you. You do your body and all these things. You understand? These things are the money.
Well, some things aren't money. You just got to be smart.
Right.
Because when I entered the shelter, they said that it's a policy of the shelter to do every test, you know, AIDS test and everything. So I took advantage of that, do my AIDS test, everything, you know, and they test your sugar, all that is for free. And then one day I prayed to God, you know, I was being bullied online and I said, I want to lose weight. And then I did my research. It takes me months to do research, you know, but I was always good in English and researching and all of that. So I research, and then I have a spirit that guides me, and my spirit tell me that there's a surgery that is called sleeve. And then when I looked it up, it did exist. And so what I do, I use my Medicaid, go to the doctor. Then the doctor tell me, okay, it can be done with my Medicaid, but I have to do a certain amount of tests, which would take me 6 months. I stay true to everything. I do my test for 6 months, go back to the doctor. They said, guess what? We found out that you have a problem. So the surgery that you want to do, we have to do a more expensive surgery. But because you have internal problem, they are willing to, the insurance company is willing to cover it. And that was like $53,000. They covered my surgery. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You just got to make use of advantage of every situation that you fall into. So my surgery was taken care of. I'm trying to remember. My clothes. You know, my son Anwar was always there for me. He would give Mommy Dearest like $200 every week, and I wasn't spending any money in the shelter, so I saved my $200. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was the only money I really got in the shelter. But when I left out of the shelter in faith, not knowing where I was going. I say, this is my leap of faith. I'm going to Florida. I don't want to be in prison anymore. I left from New York with no money, and I came to the train station with the kids, did not know where to turn. I called the kid's father on the phone, and he said to me that I had a lot of money in Florida. And I said, I don't know about that, because the thing is, I didn't depend on the fathers of the children. I tried to do it on my own.
Yes.
Only to find out that for over 5, 6, 7 years, I wasn't collecting my money in Florida, and thousands of dollars was in Florida for me while I was sitting in the shelter. Mm-hmm. And then California got in touch with me, and thousands of dollars was in California also for me with my children.
Yes.
You know. And then we were able to go shopping for months.
Wow. Okay, so
but,
far...
I gave away a lot. And then I was working with Facebook for over a year, and I just didn't understand how to get my money. So my money was always looking at me. And then I finally solved that. Mm-hmm. And then my Facebook money came from over a year, and I have several pages on Facebook. And YouTube, everything just came down all at once.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So far you're a fashionista, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. And you know you're an influencer basically, because you said that whatever you wear, you kind of realize Jamaicans kind of start take on to your fashion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So we're gonna get into the music just a little bit now. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Nico is here, and I know that because again I watches your stuff. I know that Nico is an old song. So you recorded Nico about 2 years ago.
About two. Yeah.
Right. So you recorded Nico. What actually made you decide that? Listen, I'm going to release the song now.
And do all video.
And the video and everything, and push it like
promotion behind it. Yep.
It was just that David came with me to Jamaica. David just called me up one day and said, Mom, I'm coming to see you. And he came to see me, and he said, I've been watching you on the internet, and I think it's time. And I said, time for what? And he said, I need to work with the company, which is my label, Phantom Fireworks record label. And so I said, he said, I'm coming to see you. So he came, sat up all night with me trying to make the site look better. And then he said, you need to travel. You're just here, locked down with the kids. You're a star. You need to get out of here. So I said, okay, I want to travel. I want to go to Jamaica. But I really wanted to come to Jamaica to see my boyfriend, But I found it as a good reason to leave. So with David coming to Jamaica with me, mm-hmm. And he's a videographer, we were like, what video should we shoot? And then I just said, let's shoot Nico. Me and my boyfriend had a big fight. And the next day, he was gone. I told the security guard to get him out of the hotel. And so the next day now, I said, let's shoot Nico. And we shot Nico, and
then that was it.
Life changed.
And how do you feel about the successes so far? Did you ever think that this would be your big break? This song would have been the song to say, yes, man, my boss know.
No, but you want to know something? The producer, the engineer, producer for Nico,
yes,
he's a Grammy nominee.
Who's that?
He's from Triangle mm-hmm. Studio. He's a Grammy nominee. I always pronounce his name wrong, and he mm-hmm. always try to correct me, but I call him Jamil, something like that. But he's a Grammy nominee, and I always look at his plaques on the wall, and he said to me, Amari, you got it. And I'm like, I didn't really believe him when he said that. Right. He said, I'm telling you that you got it, and I'm a Grammy nominee, and I see it in you. Mm-hmm. But I didn't take it seriously.
Right.
But I remember when I was recording the song, I said to him, I don't want to sound like male or female. Mm-hmm. And I love how you recorded it.
Okay.
So hold on. In your ears, what does it sound like? Because you say you don't want to sound like the male or female. What does it sound like to you?
I think I ended up neutral, because males mm-hmm. are able to relate to it, although it's talking about Nico,
right.
and females are able to relate to it. Oh. I have a lot of male fans now, apart from my female fans.
And what about those persons? Because a lot of people, based on comments that I've seen under your post, they're saying that, we're not laughing with you, we're laughing at you, like it's more, comedic than anything else. What do you think about that?
I think they are my greatest fans because they are the ones who spread the word.
Yes.
And everybody already know that Amari is here to give everyone a laugh because this world is so unhappy, especially during COVID-19. So I don't mind. The only thing I mind is when somebody go too far in regards to my children.
Yes.
But I'm trained in regards to what people say about me because I was in school and I was very, very sad because I had no friends in class, a class of 40. And then the angels would walk with me and talk with me. And they told me that years from now that I'm going to be famous and I have to get used to people not liking me because there's going to come a time when a lot of people are going to hate me and I must be trained and be ready for it.
All right, you made mention about the angels a lot. Who are these angels or who are these ancestors or spirits that you speak of?
You are deep.
Yeah,
it's
man.
like
We don't know everything. What you mean?
Hold on, you have to remember.
No,
this is
I mean that you're good.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, you're a great interviewer. You know me. You know me more than the physical me.
Wow.
Okay. Both angels and ancestors walk with me. They don't have wings and all that. But they come in many colors. I see them, but my family and my friends don't see them.
Right.
But they always take me for long walks. I used to walk all the way to Oteria, sit by the beach, and they talk to me. And they let me know that I'm no ordinary person. My mother saw them too. My mother, I was confused about who was my father. So I called my mother on the phone and I say, Mommy, who's my dad? And she said, all I know, I wanted to abort you. And she said, but I couldn't. And she said, when you were born, I saw a star in the room.
Wow.
And I was on a social network laughing about it. And then I saw the star. And I know that my mother spoke the truth. But they have always been with me from I was a child. Always, always.
Okay, and because many persons won't necessarily can relate to what you're saying, So some people will kind of say, oh, it's not angels. What if it is that, it's a mental disorder? What do you say to those people who just don't understand?
Well, I went to the psychiatrist before.
Yes.
And I told him about me seeing visions. And Marty said to me, tell me about my wife. And I said, well, your wife is trying to have a baby, but you're not ready. And he almost fell out of his chair. And yesterday, I predicted online that Mr. Onis was going to win the election, whether anybody liked it or not. I also predicted about Obama,
Yes.
And so, the most I can say to them that there are special people that do walk this earth, and my body is just a temple. I just allow the spirits to use my body, while some people feel like they own their body, and that no spirit should want to run their entity, their body. They want to do whatever they want to do with it. But my body is the temple of the Lord.
Yes, all right.
Yeah.
Amari, we're going to go on a quick break. Can you just hold the line for us, please? We're going to play some bills when I come back to you. All right?
All right, it's Rock Fridays on New Star 93 FM. We blaze from 2 to 6. Right here we have Boya Things, Kareem, and on the phone with us is Amari. We're doing an interview. People, if you want to communicate, you want to text in your questions, you can go ahead and do so. Big up to the peeps at www.newstar93fm.com. Remember, this will be uploaded on our YouTube page, so go over there at Rock Fridays, subscribe and like from now, because I'm sure you don't want to miss the next couple minutes with yours truly, DJ Rich Rock, Boya Things, Kareem, and our guests on the line. So forward.
Me